Well, I'm so excited for today's program because you've got some traveling in your future, and these are kind of exciting, aren't they?
Oh, they're very exciting, Scott. I'm living here in New Jersey, but we're going to be having a big exhibit for almost 2 months in Loveland, Ohio. That's right near Cincinnati. And you'll hear more about that. And then November 1st, we're starting the first performances of a play of Hope for the Flowers, a musical, Hope for the Flowers in Salt Lake City. And actually, everybody's welcome to come to either of those. And you can reach me through my website personally about any of it. And you can also, we hope we'll have up to date stuff on our own website. But when I say reach me through my website, you go to the contact information and you write me an email so that I know what you're thinking. And maybe I can meet you at one of these two places, Salt Lake City during November. I'll be there probably the week of October 12th to October, no, October 8th to October 12th or something like that. So we can get clear about that. And I'll be at Grailville in Ohio near Cincinnati around during the weekend for sure, where we'll give talks and things like that and programs from the 26th and the 27th. But I expect to be there all the preceding weeks. So we could make a date to see the show and you'll see more about where it's going to be. It's at a magnificent place. And Scott made this lovely little intro that gives some of the details about it. So thank you, Scott. You want to roll that?
The Hope for the Flowers exhibit will officially open at the Grailville Oratory in Loveland, Ohio on September 6th. The oratory at Grailville is a magnificent and renowned architectural sacred space for the Grail. The exhibit will be open to the public on the weekends of September 7, 8, and 14-15 from 12-4 p.m. This delightful exhibit on Hope for the Flowers, the Grail story, and transformation will continue to be open for viewing on weekdays from September 6th through October 2024 during Grailville's business hours of 9 a.m., 4 p.m. The September and October exhibit hours are all leading up to the big public Hope for the Flowers weekend celebration on October 26, 27.
Thank you, Scott. You put that together so nicely. And stuck in the middle were a couple of the images that people will see. Anybody who knows Hope for the Flowers will recognize those images, and they'll be there in that oratory, beautiful space. But this is so exciting to me as an Ohio girl coming back, and it's it's really a privilege to be back at this place because Grailville was a place of transformation for people. We had such a beautiful life. It was like my first year there was like basic training and learning to love the outdoors and the liturgy and how the earth and our Catholic rhythm of life and death and light and darkness and Advent, and then the light starting into Christmas and then growing, and then the growth of the spring and the growth during Lent and then Easter, and now the flowering time. This is the flowering time of the year. This is the harvest time. This is the time when we think about the whole future of the earth in a positive way, like Teilhard de Chardin, the great paleontologist who just loved the vision. He would have loved the idea of the internet. He died before the internet, but what a beautiful vision he had of the forward and upward of life. And so this is exciting in that I grew up, like I said, in Cleveland, Ohio. And at Grailville, I was there for like almost 20 years from 1949 until 1967 when I went off to Egypt, Akhmim, Egypt, to help build a women's cooperative, a girls' cooperative, economic cooperative for very poor girls in Upper Egypt. And so I was there building up the what we called the art production program. We made images with spiritual content, which I've showed you quite a bit on this program. They're meant to be uplifting. All sacred art is meant to be just uplifting and helping you turn yourself toward the relationship with God. And that's the point. And that was the point of the Grail that I joined. And I wanted to be prepared for that. So the silence and the times for prayer and the manual work was so exciting to see how all those things together could help you really focus on something deeper inside. So I consider it the birth of hope was through that life that I led for the first, from when I was 18 to, and even continued when I went off to Egypt and then was evacuated in the 6-Day War in 1960. When was that? That was, yeah, 6-Day War in 1917. When was that? My goodness. I can't even do my math right now somehow. But it was the 6-Day War, years before this one, this present conflict. And so I got to Paris. I got to Paris in 1967, so that was the date. And I was there through the revolutionary times of 1968. I got there in 67 and was there through 1968. And so many things happened, both here and there. The revolution was in the air. And that's one reason that the theme of revolution and the real revolution came so strongly into my life for Hope for the Flowers. Because if you climb over others and get to the top like that, by hurting others, what good does it do you? And you can die without ever becoming your true self, which, of course, for a caterpillar, is to become a butterfly. Now, I don't have any butterflies or chrysalids to show you today because all the ones that came out have flown away already. And to my knowledge, I don't have any more unless one is hanging around on my ceiling that hasn't come out yet. When they come out, they fly immediately to the source of light, either the windows or the screen door. And so this is to invite people to this show, and to invite people also to the show in Salt Lake City. And get in touch with me if you really want to go, or if you really want to get some Hope for the Flowers straight. You can always do it on my website, but you can get it from me directly if you contact me. And I'd love to hear from you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for all your concern and love, because this is really Hope for the Flowers moving to the Midwest and into the West. Isn't that exciting? That's certainly exciting for me because I'll be moving there too. I'll be going there too. So thank you, Scott, for your help with this. And thank you all for watching. And you're invited, you're invited, you're invited.